All right. 9:32. We are consistent.
We're close.
I think we need to just say our videos start at 9:32 every day, and then we'll be on time.
We're close.
But oh my gosh, I'm just looking at these for the first time, and everyone, welcome today, and you're going to be in for a real treat. Peggy, I would say you outdid yourself. Oh my gosh. We have some beautiful layouts. Oh my word, look at this one. I really need to look at things before I come back here, but Peggy's here today, and Peggy's our newest staff member, and we're really lucky because she's also a very avid scrapbooker, and her pages are amazing. And I'm so glad you're doing this, Peggy, because we get lots of questions from people that say, how do I put things together, or how do I layer things?
Yes.
And that's what we're doing today.
Yep,
and
we're all about layering today.
Looks like you're layering die cuts and stickers and ephemera and a little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything, yes.
Oh my gosh, Peggy, you need to send these to a magazine. Oh wow. Hello everybody, and happy Thursday. Before Peggy gets started, I just want to announce today is our Tim Holtz Daily Special, and it's 25% off his dies. So any Tim Holtz die is 25% off. And we went ahead and threw the stamps in there also. So if you missed out on the Tim Holtz stamp special, so the stamps are also 25% off. And they're like that online, and you can get out there and get what you want. And they're going to be that way until midnight tonight, Central Time. Got to say Central Time, Peggy, because we were like,
Central
we're all
Iowa.
over the place.
Exactly. I know we have people in Europe too.
I know, it's
that's
crazy.
Exciting.
Canada and Europe and everywhere.
Yes,
so,
yes.
And then your scarf is reminding me, because it's Iowa State, which is the university that's just, I don't know, half an hour from here. Many of us attended that back in the day, and tomorrow we have a special guest, Katie Pertit she's the designer for 49 and Market, and she went to Iowa State also, and she's going to be back in our area and is going to stop in the morning for our video. So
it's always great to talk to another alum.
Yes, it is, definitely. Yeah, go Cyclones, right?
Yes, exactly, especially tonight, men's game tonight.
Oh, okay.
Iowa State men's game, so.
Hey, you know what? Nikki says, I love Peggy's layouts, and Mary says, yay, a Peggy day. Dorothy says, happy Thursday. So we have a lot of people. Kim says, awesome as usual. Good morning, Elena, and good morning, Renee and Deb. And Laura says she's happy to see you back, and Angie loves your pages. So,
well, thank you.
So let's roll, shall we? Let's get started and see.
Alrighty.
Oh my gosh.
Alrighty. Well, today we are going to talk about embellishment clusters and about layering elements on our pages to give some visual impact and interest to your pages. The grouping of the elements, on your scrapbook page, when you look at your page and you think, well, gosh, where should I put it? You can put an embellishment cluster anywhere that you want. So the elements can go anywhere. You just kind of have to think maybe about that visual triangle. And usually when I do an embellishment grouping, I think about what 3 spots on my page am I going to do each of the
like the little groups.
Yes. So, and then when I think about that, I also want to keep that small, medium, and large mindset as I do it.
Oh, yeah.
Because along with that visual triangle, I always want to have one of my groupings a little bit bigger, one kind of medium, and one a little bit smaller across my page to kind of keep your eye moving and just to balance everything out. So the small, medium, large concept within the grouping is really kind of what I keep in mind as I put anything together.
That's really smart. And I think, Peggy, we look at that and it's pleasing to the eye, but we can't verbally explain it, and you just explained it, so I think that's wonderful.
Yep. I mean, that small, medium, large concept, I think I use that a lot as I do my layouts, whether it's, with my photos or the embellishment cluster or groupings, whatever I use, I do that. When we talk about these groupings, there are different elements that I think all embellishment groupings need to have, and they need to have various shapes and sizes.
Okay.
They need to have various colors and then various textures. I think those are things that all groupings need to have to help make each individual part of it really stand out. So when you start, you want to always start with your larger piece and go to your medium, then your small, and then you look at the fine detail. So the fine detail would be something like Nouveau drops or enamel dots, or like the Tim Holtz stars up here,
there's
the mirrored
the mirrored stars,
that sort of thing. Those are going to be your fine details, and those are the things that kind of draw your eye first into it, I think. And then when I look at my layout, first I always kind of put my pictures down, and then I think, now where do these groupings belong? Where do I want to put them? And then I look for areas, areas of framing or curves or indentures or spots that things can be tucked behind. Those are the areas that I'm going to look at when I decide the placement of my embellishment grouping. And so those are things that I always look for. And then when I think about the different supplies that I need for it, because we do want it to look dimensional, and I think that is really what gives it a lot of visual interest, is the dimensionality of it. So we want to use different things to give texture and dimension. So whether we use pop dots or glue dots or just our regular adhesive or chipboard, die cuts, the puffy stickers, anything like that. You can use anything that you want with it. So that it gives you a lot of leeway and a lot of room to kind of decide how you want to do it and where you want to put it. I'm going to start with this layout here.
Oh, perfect. That's right where we are.
Yep. We're going to start right here. And I'm sure my kids will hate me when they see this, because they didn't know that I was going to bring this layout today.
Well, they're probably not watching, are they?
Let's hope not. This is actually, I think they were 12 years old when this one was taken, so a long time ago. But anyway, I used the white Christmas line from Cartabella, which a Steve Duncan line, and I love the fact that it had that dark blue in it, because as you can see, my kids are wearing blue in this, so this was a perfect line to use for it. And what I did when I started this, I thought, what do I want to gather? What kind of element on my page do I want to gather? And within the ephemera pack, they had these banners. And so I decided banners. That's what I want.
And you're
that's
doing
what
them
I want.
I'm going to say upside down, because typically they go the other direction. But
So
I love it.
So the banners, that was the embellishment grouping that I wanted to focus on. So you can see down at the bottom, all the way across here, I have banners of different widths, lengths, sizes, all the way across, including the tag. But and then within each of those banners, I could then do an embellishment grouping. So on this one, to give the dimension, I layered the banners, and then I kind of fussy cut around.
Was that on the paper?
This was in the 6x6 pack.
Okay.
In one of the cut aparts. So I kind of fussy cut around that, and then I used my pop dots to pop dot it up to give it that dimension.
So you can see that is actually raised on the page.
Yep.
And these foam squares come in black and white, and you can get all the larger or all the smaller. This is a mixed bag, I'm going to say, because it's handy, because then you get bigger ones and smaller ones.
And I cannot scrapbook without my pop dots. I just can't do it.
That's why your stuff looks amazing.
So that's what I use to give dimension to this. Also, to give texture, I use the enamel dots all the way across here for texture. You can see that I pop dotted the different banner pieces from the ephemera pack across there. I'm kind of big on words. I don't know anybody ever noticed that, but I use a lot of things with words on my pages. This is the washi tape
Oh,
that I
okay.
used as a border on here because I really like that washi tape, so I
Good
wanted to
use
use
for
it.
washi tape.
And again, this is a piece from the ephemera pack that I just pop dotted up, and then I could tuck things underneath it. So again, here I'm looking at large, medium, small. My banner pieces are my large pieces, my medium piece, and these are my smaller pieces. Again, I can tuck these underneath. I can put this on top, and then the enamel dots for that fine detail.
Oh my gosh,
across
Peggy,
that.
this is amazing. Everybody's in awe. This is
So-
really nice.
So that's what I kind of look at as I do it. Again, here, my tag is my big piece. That's my large. My medium here, these are both from the ephemera pack. And then my small is the little snowflake and the fine
Oh,
detail.
so
to
those
go
are
along.
separate. That
Yep.
almost looks like it's on there.
Yep. And here again, chipboard. Use your chipboard. I stitched for my fine detail. The chipboard pieces are my medium pieces. My banner is my large piece. And then the fine details come across. Again here, the large, the medium, the small pieces.
Well, if we all just go by that, we're all set, aren't we?
Yes, large, medium, small. Keep that in mind. That really helps a lot, I think, when it comes to putting things like this together. So we'll go on to our next one.
Yeah, that Peggy, that was really, really amazing.
We're going to do this one now. The
Hearts are flowing, and everybody loves that we're doing some scrapbooking today.
Yes.
And a lot of the same design techniques can be used on cards or mixed media.
Yes.
It's
Yes,
the same
yes.
same thing.
This one is one of the first times that I ever tried to do embellishment grouping. And I knew that I wanted to try it. I just hadn't really figured it out, and I bought a
think
couple
it looks
different
good.
dies, because I'm thinking this piece right here is the piece that I took my inspiration from, and I was lucky enough that I could find dies to match.
Well, I should say,
and the
like,
colors.
exactly.
So yep, Tim Holtz. These are Tim Holtz, and then my favorite things are these pieces here. But this was my inspiration for the embellishment groupings on this page. And again, I'm thinking small, medium, large. My large pieces here, my medium pieces here, my smaller pieces there. And then I also have the 3 groupings. So I have a large grouping here, a medium grouping there, and a small one there. So large, medium, small, and gives me that visual triangle as well.
And it really frames your photo nicely.
This was a grandma adventure. We did this for Mother's Day one year with my daughter's mother-in-law and I and our oldest grandson there, and we planted flowers for her for my daughter for Mother's Day.
Oh,
So that
how
was one of our
nice.
adventures.
And there she's got the flowers die cuts over here. Kind of carries on your theme.
Exactly. And the line here helps to carry your eye across as you go too.
You have all kinds of little details like that. That's
But
amazing.
again, the small, medium, large, that's really where I
if everything's the same
everything's the
size, then it's not as pleasing.
Right.
So you want to try to have different sizes.
And you can see that, my large piece forms the base of my grouping. And from there, then I tuck in some of the medium pieces. I put the smaller pieces on the top so we can see them. You'll see throughout, these groupings that there's a lot of tucking and dimension in nearly every grouping that I've done.
So, and Peggy, everybody's loving this. They're absolutely loving it. And there is a question.
Okay.
Do you have suggestions on where to place the visual triangle on the page? Or is it different depending? Or?
It depends on the placement of your photos. That's always going to be the first thing that I consider. Typically, one of my groupings is going to be above the photos. So if we go to this one right here, you'll see that one of my groupings is above the photos. I also like to put a grouping around the journal box or around the title. And then another grouping can be below or beside. So it's still going to, and And the visual triangle doesn't necessarily have to be a triangle.
Just 3 points?
Just 3 points. 3 points.
Okay.
But yeah, you'll see in most of my groupings, there's something that's above the photo, something right around where the title is, and then something below or something, even with it. That's usually what I'm looking at when I go to do. That's a really good question. So that's one of the things I keep in mind.
That's a good, thank you. And then someone would like to know if you print your own photos at home, and if you do, what printer do you use?
I don't have a photo printer at home. I print all of my photos at Walmart.
Okay.
They get a lot of my business.
They know you by name, probably.
They pretty
Here
much
she comes.
do. Here she comes, that 1 hour photo lady.
And then we have another question about the visual triangles on cards. And I think it would be the same pretty much rule. We don't have any cards today, but I think you could take the same principles and just apply it to your cards.
And usually your grouping at the top is going to be a much lighter weight grouping or a smaller grouping than what's
So you
toward
want
the
your
bottom.
heavier stuff at the bottom. And Peggy, I'm also thinking that sometimes with a card you might have one grouping, but it would have your small, medium, and large. Like you might have just this on the front of a card, or something just like this. So, they love your titles, and they're wondering if you could explain how you do your titles. I think they're all kind of different, aren't they?
They're all a little bit different. I think in this grouping, a lot of my titles, especially these two over here, are the
the page pieces.
The page pieces. I really love that Simple Stories does the page pieces.
I'll show you an example.
Yes.
These are the page pieces
that I used on this one.
For well, that might have been in the ephemera, because this says "'Tis the Season."
Okay, so that must
so
be
either in the ephemera or the page pieces are perfect. I bet this might have been a page, or that might have been ephemera. Simple Stories makes these simple page pieces,
and they make it so easy
they
to do really super
There's
titles.
Always a large title, and then there's usually like a border and maybe a journaling thing and other die cuts that you can use. And that's their idea. That's why they call them simple. And you can see how they've done a page here with this particular one.
And they really make doing your pages fun, easy, and you can get it done quickly. Unless you're like me and you like to piddle around. And
well, because you enjoy it. I
do.
I can kind of see that.
But on this one, my title on this one, this is actually from the Puffy Stickers, the Christmas.
Oh, okay.
Is where that's
So
from.
this is Letters to Santa. Ooh, that's a little glary. Let me pull that up a little bit. We got a glare going on here. But
and this is really my very favorite Cartabella holiday line this year. I love the Letters to Santa, the floral paper. I thought the wood paper was great because my photos are kind of, dark anyway, kind of that brownie haze to it. But then the red kind of helps lift that up a little bit. I did use from the sticker sheet and the ephemera, and the puffy stickers. You can see those on here. I also then use the 6x6 pack, and I fussy cut some of the ornaments.
Oh, okay.
Out to kind of layer in like behind the gifts and things like that. Again, they always come with a set of banners, the Cartabella and Echo Park in their ephemera pack, which I love because it's going to coordinate with everything. And so I use those almost all the time. Like I said, I do like to incorporate different words. Like up here it says Happy Holidays, and that's from the Puffy Stickers, the ephemera pack. I actually used a Simple Stories stamp here from, let's see if I have it.
Is that Photo Play? Special
Photo
delivery?
No, it's a Simple Stories.
It is Simple Stories? Is it probably from their collection then?
It is. It's from the Hearth and Holiday.
Oh, okay. All right.
I think. But I stamped it, and then fussy cut it and inked it. And then these are Tim Holtz dies from...
that's the Christmas cutouts.
Yep.
And those would be 25% off, so all the Tim Holtz dies today.
such a versatile set too. I mean, there's lots of things you can use in this set with the houses and the words and things. Really good. So that's, and I tried to mix things in around my journaling as I went around too.
Well, there was a question or a comment about your journaling. So do you leave spaces in your journaling that you can just put your embellishments on? I mean, did you plan that?
I do plan that out a lot of times. I do plan that out a lot of times, where I want to maybe squeeze in that title or squeeze in some kind of little element, just for a little bit of visual interest in there. And then sometimes I have a little too much room, so then I have to fill in. So
you make it work. You make it work.
It makes it work. And then the other thing that really helps, that I really liked with this, you see the little dots on a lot of the ornaments.
Oh, yeah. Is that the Posca pen?
The white Posca pen. You can't live without that one. That's really one of my favorite pieces to use.
So there you can see the little dots.
Yep. Just has just a little bit,
You don't know it's there, but when it's, you can tell the difference when it's not there.
It gives it just a little more depth as well. So there's that one. Okay.
What are we going to do next?
Gals over here. Let's do this one. This is one that uses a few different things. Right here, this paper actually is black and white, and I use the distressed crayons, or distressed pencils.
We all call them crayons, but they're actually the watercolor pencils, and they are back in stock.
Yep.
So
and this is set 2, which is what I used, and it was a perfect complement to the colors in the die cuts from Cocoa Vanilla. This is the Cocoa Vanilla paper.
So there's where she actually colored the layout.
Yep, colored that right in there. Layered some of the colors on there, and
we're going to have to get some more Cocoa Vanilla in. That was a good.
And the white Posca pen to give it a little bit of depth there.
Very
and then
cute.
as we talk about this grouping right here, again, large, medium, small. First I'll say this is my large grouping, my medium grouping, my small
and there's
grouping.
your small. Okay.
So we have the 3 different groupings. And then as we talk about this grouping right here, what I did, I started with my larger die cut pieces because those were kind of dictating the colors I wanted to use. And then I was going to kind of tuck things under. These clear stickers, black and white stickers from the Cocoa Vanilla line, wonderful thing. And actually Simple Stories has
the Simple Life has got some black and white.
Has black and white, which
elements.
I think is great because you can color it to whatever color you want in your layout. And I actually thought these were rub-ons. When I first saw them, it took me a while to figure out
they were
actually stickers because they weren't sticking to my page when I was trying to rub them on. So I learned that one real quick.
That's a good first tip.
So, and then I cut these little vine pieces, die cut pieces, cut those out of different colors that coordinated with my page. And then I went with the fine detail. I used my Nouveau drops and did drops to coordinate with the other colors in the papers.
Looks nice.
To give it some fine
very,
detail.
very pretty.
And then I put in these little enamel hearts. And those are your fine detail too, to bring that out. So, your large pieces, your smaller pieces, your medium pieces. And again, I just kind of rolled this on a pencil to give it some depth and texture, and foam dotted, some of these things. I used the wooden
they have the little wood buttons with that collection
in there, and of course I love to scrapbook, right in there too. But those are the different pieces and different elements of the grouping that pulled it all together and worked so well.
Well, everybody's loving your layouts, Peggy, and we so appreciate you bringing this in today.
And we'll go to this one. Oopsie. Lost a heart.
This is from the Baking Spirits Bright collection from Simple Stories. Speaking of Simple Stories, one of our favorite companies ever.
Yes.
We've got a few favorites, and they're definitely one of them.
Yes. They just make such fun collections. So fun. Last weekend, my daughter and son-in-law were on a vacation, and so I got to spend a few days with my grandsons. And one night when we were hanging out, I just decided that we needed to make some cookies. And so that's what we did. We bought ingredients and made cookies for Christmas, and just had a fun night. And I took, some of these pictures. Obviously, you can tell they're my pictures, not my daughter's, because my daughters are so much better than mine. But we had a fun time, and that was what was really important, was just have fun. And when I went to go do this layout, I decided I wanted to challenge myself, and I wanted to use not just the like the page pieces, but I also wanted to just use pieces from the ephemera pack. That is what I wanted to use to create the embellishment groupings on this layout. So Simple Stories, I think, has one of the best, when it comes to their ephemera packs. You get so many different pieces of different sizes, and
like this one, you're going to get 62 pieces. This is one of the ephemera packs from Baking Spirits Bright, and there's one that's a little bit more journal-y, and these are the bits and pieces.
Yep. And I love these ephemera packs. I use them a lot. I will buy them a lot. You can see on this one, this is actually a cut apart, and then I just added some of the ephemera pieces to it.
Oh my gosh,
actually,
that really spiffed it up, didn't it?
The mixer on here is actually pink, but on the sticker sheet there was a red one. So I decided to, or I think in the ephemera pack there's a red one, so I used that. And then one of the gingerbread cookies, tucked in a little snowflake, added a little heart.
So it's just all the little details that you can add to your
So, here's my
layouts.
larger piece, my medium pieces, my smaller pieces, and my fine details to go there.
Very nice, Peggy.
Again,
oh my gosh.
In each of these groupings, 1, 2, and 3, I have my larger piece, my medium piece, my smaller piece, and then I add a few little finer details to each one. So there's my larger piece, my smaller pieces, my medium, my small, and my finer details. And then when it comes to the title, you can see that I kind of dotted that up so I could tuck things underneath it. And then one of the other things I did here with the snowflake here, I actually attached it to the back side of the holly leaf.
Oh, so it
rather
pops
than
up.
sticking it down, right?
Yeah,
to give it a little more, create a little more depth in there. So it was at a different height than what the cookie was, and that sort of thing.
Oh my gosh! And then I want to point out the tags at the top of your top of your photo. I think a lot of us, I don't do that. I just put the photos down, but I think that just adds a lot of
just a little bit. And actually, they
interest.
have that sheet on in their collection pack. Most of their collection packs that have like just the top.
It's all tags.
It's all tags.
Yeah.
And one side is the tag that has like the cut apart, printed on it, and then the back side is like the tag top, and then like a journaling area, which is great. And on these, I just cut the top off the tags, and that way they're not like all the way underneath my picture.
Good idea.
They're just kind
I
of
love
on
that
top
idea.
there, and then layered up there.
And she's got a little button there and some red and white twine.
Yep. Because I couldn't find my hole punch to punch a hole in it, so we had to cover.
We
that
all
up.
have those problems sometimes.
So I mean, these are all from the ephemera pack, which was great. I mean, and there are so many pieces. I didn't have to worry about, am I going to have enough to create this grouping, these groupings and that sort of thing. They're all there. And then I added my stitching just as a little bit of fine detail.
Oh, here, let me
there,
show that, because if you've watched before, Peggy is famous for her stitching. And we've got, if you go to our blog and type in Peggy Nardini, all of her visits here at Memory Bound. She's not a visitor anymore, she's a staff member.
Yes.
But her previous visits, and one of them will show you how to do that stitching, because it does add a lot.
It gives a nice texture, I think. It gives a nice texture to things. It can frame.
It's something that's not paper.
Yeah, and like on this, the Flowers for Mommy, it kind of frames that main picture on here, which I really, I really liked on that.
Pulls it all together, kind of.
It does, it does. Now we'll go to...
So if you're just joining us, today we're lucky because we've got Peggy here, and she is showing us groupings of embellishments on her layouts and giving us tips on how to do it. And so we can go and do it on our layouts or our cards, maybe on a smaller scale. You could use the same principles on your cards, or if you're doing maybe a mixed media project or a journal.
All right, this layout, and I'm going to be very honest about this one. This is a scrap lift, but when I saw this online, I thought I have to do that. I
really neat.
love it. It was just so pretty and just perfect for what I kind of had in my head as far as the pictures I wanted to show on here. These are a couple of Santa Clauses that my dad gave me back in 2006 to go with my Santa Claus collection that I have at home. And they're just very meaningful because it was the last Christmas that my dad was with us. So kind of a special page, and I wanted it to make it a special page.
Oh my
and
gosh, it's beautiful.
Just I want it to be special. Now on this one, what I used in a lot of it, you can't really see this so much right here, but the chipboard clusters.
Yeah.
I love these, but I'm always challenged, how do I use that? How do I use it? And I thought, you know what, when I saw this on this layout, I thought it uses one of those. I'm going to do this. And that's the one thing about doing a scrap lift. Sometimes you can see a product used and think, oh, that's
what you can do with it, yes.
And so if you try it that way, you know, you get to use those pieces and you get a little more familiar with them, and they won't be so challenging to use the next time you decide you want to.
Well, and this is all Christmas Lodge, so anybody that participated in Merry Makers, you should recognize all of this product because you got to work with it in October.
Absolutely, yes. I mean, it's beautiful. It is just gorgeous. I love the plaids and I love the colors in it, the reds and the greens. Now, most of the pieces that I have in here, some are from the ephemera pack. A lot of these are from the sticker pack, the sticker book, which, I mean, this is so,
you get a lot in there.
You get so many things in there. I love it. And then, you know, the greenery from the ephemera in here is just...
Peggy, this page is loaded with stuff. Oh my gosh.
It really is. I did load it up.
The Santa is in the ephemera pack, one of the ephemera packs. Somebody just asked where the Santa's from.
Yep, the Santa is in that. There's actually 2 different Santas that were in that. The greenery comes from both the ephemera pack and the sticker sheet. Some of those. The holly leaves,
little berries and snowflakes and
the pine cones, those all come from that. I think the Dear Santa maybe came from that too. I think that's from one of the ephemera packs. I'm not sure if it's that one. It might be the other one.
It's the other one.
And the Santa and Christmas, I think, came from the other ephemera pack.
And Janet just linked all of the Christmas Lodge, so you can see the whole collection. And we still have collection packs. We still have quite a bit of it. There might be a couple things that are sold out, but...
Yep. And then these 2 dies are the ones that I use to create
your little extra
a lot
pieces.
of my pieces here. And you can see them on the back.
You almost have to flip them over. Well, I guess that one does have the mailbox.
Yep. The bigger one has the mailbox, but you can see that this is the piece that I used here.
And those are spellbinders, and I'm pretty sure we have this one in stock. We'd have to check on that one.
We do have this one.
Oh, we do? Oh,
Yep.
good. Peggy already checked it out for us. Yay.
So these are the ones that when I'm working on like winter layouts especially, I have used these repeatedly over and over and over again. And you can see, you know, this piece right here in red and white and in brown. All the way through this.
Oh, I never realized.
Red,
Yeah,
white,
brown.
and
I didn't even
the
see the brown. But
so,
nice.
And then if you want to go through with your Nouveau drops and put, you know, the drops on, you know, here or there throughout. I mean, I use the honeybee gems to give me that fine detail.
Yeah, those are my favorite.
But you can see that, you know, I've got my large piece, and then I've tucked in my, you know, medium-sized pieces, and then my small pieces there, and then I have my little fine detail, whether it's a word or it's that little pine cone, you know, the honeybee gems, that sort of thing. Those are all part of it. You know, these are my bigger pieces, my medium pieces here. In fact, you could even, the chipboard cluster, you can say was my large piece here. And then I just kind of tuck things, you know, around it and over it and that sort of thing.
It's really special, Peggy, and I love this also because I use this paper in Merry Makers. I use the 6x8, and it had this kind of coming off to the top, and I love that you put a little grouping right there on top of it. Looks nice.
Just, I mean, I loved how this turned out. I just love this paper. It's so pretty. So pretty. But again, you know, don't be afraid to scrap lift things. It's a great learning tool.
Absolutely.
A great learning tool, I think. And then we'll go to
here
this
we
one.
go.
This is our final one for today.
Oh my gosh, but
But this one, I decided that I was going to really, I really wanted to create winter on this one. This is my grandson. He had just turned 3 when this picture was taken out, you know, in the middle of a snowstorm. He was out shoveling, helping his parents shovel. And
I'm sure he's
he
a
was
lot of
just-
help too.
Yeah, he was just so happy that day, you know, and I thought, well, we're gonna make this very wintry. So on this layout, I started off with the distress stain spray. And you can kind of see it through here to, you know, give me a little
I'll
bit
get
of
in
winter.
close. You can see the little splatters.
Yep.
So that's the picket fence distress
Yep.
spray stain.
And it really, you know, I think it really started my page off, you know, really
my
nicely.
gosh,
I
yes.
mean, it's not completely, you know, even spray all the way around it, and that's okay because, you know, when snow's falling down, it's not completely even either.
Well, and,
So,
and it just softens your background,
Yep.
I think.
Yep. And I just loved how it turned out. And then, of course, I went with, you know, twig and stump. So we've got twig and we've got the tree. I just cut it in 3 different colors. And because I was layering,
Now that's tricky. That is the same die,
it's the very same
but
tree.
it's how she's placed it. It looks like it's 3 different colors, but
Yep.
they're different heights because of how you placed them. So
Right.
that's a great tip right there.
Because I knew that I was going to cover this part here, so I could place, you know, one higher than another one. You can see 2 of them are cut, you know, from solid paper. One has a little bit of pattern to it, and that gives it a little bit of interest as well. And then in my groupings here, and again from the Spellbinders.
We had a question about the mailbox there. Just
Yeah.
asked if you have used the mailbox yet.
I have not, and actually I bought the die because of the mailbox because my husband is a retired mailman.
Oh, that's
And
cool.
that was really the reason I bought the die, and I have not used it yet.
But she
I've
will.
used- I will,
And then you'll have to
eventually.
bring it in and show us.
I will eventually use that one, yes. But this paper line is the Snowed In by Echo Park. And I brought this sheet out because this was actually where my inspiration came for my
okay,
my
with all the
grouping,
florals.
the element grouping.
And
That's
the colors.
where it started. It wasn't necessarily where it ended, but it was where it started. This is kind of where I wanted it to go. But then as I started building, you know, the groupings, you know, things change and I start putting different things in, and you know, that's kind of how it goes.
It is
So,
what it is, but oh my gosh.
Yep.
The
And-
mirrored stars that you threw in there, and
Yep.
the, see, like
Let's give it
those,
some glitter.
oh
The
gosh.
texture, the dimension.
What
the
are those
texture.
called? I lost my
Enamel dots.
Oh, the enamel
Yep,
dots. They're the same color, but
Yep.
so
But they
that
still
makes them.
give it a
I
little
know
bit
they
of
do.
dimension
It's
in
really
there.
neat.
And you know, he's got the little green in his hat, so we had to, you know, throw that green in there too. And again, the banners from the ephemera piece, you know, the ephemera pack.
And
I
that,
just
you
use them
know,
all
that
the
kind of
time.
helps with your title right
It
there.
does. I don't have to add anything else. You know, it's winter. And then I used these from 49 and Market,
Oh, those.
which I know Katie used on a couple layouts a little while during Friendship Week. I think in October she used these. These are wonderful. You get so many of them. And what I did with the square ones here, I used the large one, which is just over 6 by 6. It's really close to the 6 by 6. And so I used the large one first, and then I used a sheet from the 6 by 6 pad and put it inside of it. And then I took the second one in and then used that. And then again, you know, that paper is still there from the 6 by 6, and use that to frame my photo.
Very
Cut
cute.
my photo 4 by 4.
And those frames are stickers, and they're $6.99, and I think it says you get 15 frames, but
Yeah,
there's really
15.
more pieces because you can use the insides.
Yes.
And those are from 49 and Market.
And these are wonderful. Now, I did add score tape.
Oh, to hold it down a little bit better?
Hold it, yes. Because as I was messing around with it and moving things around, parts of it came up. So I did use the score tape in there to hold it down. But, you know, here, when we talk about our embellishment grouping, you know, the small, medium, large. Here's my larger pieces. My medium pieces are my little vines. My small pieces become, you know, the leaves here. And then my fine details, the snowflakes, the enamel dots, that sort of thing.
Val says this is her favorite page so far.
Yes, it was one of my favorites.
Barb
too.
wants to know what you used to die cut the pine pieces. Was that the Spellbinders die?
Yes, it was this one right here.
So, and what, can you flip it to see what that's called? Parcel and Post Christmas Decorations from Spellbinders.
Yep.
So it's got a candy cane, and it looks like a little candy piece and a bow, stars. It's got all kinds of things. I'm going to have to check that one out, Peggy.
Yep. So yeah, I use this, I mean, I don't even put it back in my drawer anymore right now. I've
well,
used it
and you know,
over
Tim
and over
Holtz
again.
has got some greenery dyes also.
Yes.
So you might have those already, and they would work too.
Yep.
And then what I love about is the trees. I think that's a wowzer that it's the same dye.
The same tree.
But it looks like,
Just done
you know,
3
they're
different times.
bigger and smaller and taller and shorter and everything.
And then I added a little bit of a, you know, the vine piece, the evergreen piece there. And what I want to do today now is show you how to
we get
build
to
this.
do something? Ooh,
I'm gonna show you how to
yay.
build that one. So,
All right, Peggy brought some more stuff for us.
I did. The show and tell here. So
We're not going to complain about that.
We're going to start here. So there he is. Helping
Is this
to
your
shovel.
second page to that layout, or is this a separate
No, this
one?
is just for
Separate one?
today, just to show how to build.
And while you're getting your stuff out, Kimberly's question, yes, the Spellbinders dies work in the Big Shot. Pretty much all the dies on the market work in the Big Shot, which is pretty cool. And then they want to know if you use glitter, and
I did.
There is glitter
Diane's
on here.
glitter mix.
Oh, that's Diane's glitter mix.
Diane's glitter mix, and I use that on the bigger leaves here.
And Peggy, I didn't have any of Diane's glitter mix, and she gave me some for a gift. She's put it in a really cute little dish, and it's labeled Diane's glitter mix, and it's got a bow. It was really sweet of her.
I love it. In fact, I'm going to a crop this weekend, and I have already got the glitter mix in my bag.
Ready to go. All right.
Because I'm going to be making some cards, which I don't do very often, but that's what I'm going to be using, some glitter.
Looks like you've pre-cut a lot of pieces for us.
I pre-cut quite a number of pieces here to get us started. And usually when I, start to do a grouping like that, I cut different pieces of different colors because I don't know when I first start exactly what color or what pieces I'm going to use. I just keep going until I think, oh, this looks really good. So I usually start, with my bigger pieces. And
I'm so excited about this. So we just had a question. It was the Distress Spray Stain Picket Fence is what she used to spray her page here. And I'll zoom in so you can see some of the fine little splatters.
Yeah.
So it's kind of sets like a snowy scene.
And there is a bit of a learning curve with that. So when you get ready to spray on your paper, practice first. You'll see my little enamel dots right down here. That's because I got gloppy.
So if you get a gloppy, get some enamel dots out and you'll be all taken care of.
We had to cover a little bit. Yep, we had to cover that just a little bit. So, but yeah, do practice. Use one of the splat boxes, Tim Holtz' splat boxes, or something to cover your surface. You really do need to cover your surface, otherwise you could stain.
I have a monitor that was full of speckles and a computer screen at home. And I really wanted to clean it off before my husband saw it, but it was too late. So
that happens.
I still have speckles, but I did get a lot of it cleaned off.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and build this. And as I said before, our large piece is going to be that banner piece that comes across the top here. So that's going to be this piece right here, but I'm not going to do anything with that quite yet. I know that it's going to cover where everything comes together.
So that is going to be like this green welcome winter. Yep. Okay.
So it's going to cover where everything comes together. So then I'm going to start with my largest greenery pieces, and that's going to be these. And so usually I'll just lay them out to begin with.
Peggy, thank you for doing this. This is really, really nice, and it's really extra for everybody. Beth likes your gloppy term.
My gloppy. So,
oh, look what
you
she's
know,
doing.
I'm just going to just kind of lay it out like that because I know that this is going to go over the top. So when I lay it here, like I'll bring this one out a little bit further because I know
we are seeing Peggy at work.
So then, and trust me, I do not put adhesive across the entire piece.
Okay.
Because I want it to have some freedom of movement.
You'll see that these are all kind of loose.
Yep, they're all loose in there. So usually when I put adhesive on, I am only going to put adhesive toward the bottom on that.
Okay.
Okay, so that piece is going to come out. And a lot of times when I do my groupings, I will, you know, tuck everything in and lay it all out. And then I'll take my phone and take a picture of it.
Oh, you know what?
And refer to that as I do it. But since I have this to refer to, that's why we're not taking a picture.
Well, you know, taking a picture on your phone, it does make a difference because you're looking at things, makes you look at things differently. We used to do that when our daughter was in high school and she's trying to figure out what to wear to prom or photos, and we would have her put her stuff on and take pictures.
So right there. You'll see that those are all right there. Then I'm going to go to my medium pieces. And my medium pieces are going to be my vines. And like I said, I've cut out a few different colors of these. Actually, I'm going to go with these first, these two first, because they're a little bit bigger. So I'm going to just kind of put my adhesive there.
Peggy, this is a treat.
To kind of
really
put it in between there. And then I'm going to do this one, and again, just kind of in between. So you see, there's nothing.
See, it looks funny right now. I'm sure. I know it's going to all come together, but
it will. Then my next pieces, I'm going to do my vines, I think, and those I'm going to just. So if I have this here, I'm just going to tuck. Maybe set that there.
Oh my gosh!
And tuck around here.
It looks good already, Peggy.
And bring it down here. And sometimes I'll put, you know, two that are similar in color. See, like here, I don't have to go all the way underneath there.
Right, as long as you tuck under somewhere.
So then it looks like it's a longer piece, even if it's not. And then I want to bring a piece over here.
And those Spellbinders pieces that she just put in, over here's where she added either enamel dots or Nouveau drops.
Yep.
And you can kind of see what that does. It adds a little more color. And
can throw that in there too.
Oh my gosh.
These are additional pieces, you know. So we can put those in there too. And typically I would go ahead and just glue those down. So we'll pull them out a little bit.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, those look good, Peggy.
And again, you know, I just put the adhesive just on the very base.
Well, and now everyone, she has not adhered the Hello Winter piece. That is just sitting there as a guide.
Because in all likelihood, I'm going to use some dimensional foam dots when I do that, when I put this one down. But I don't want to put it on there quite yet, because depending on how high the pieces are, like in the middle, I don't want to put like a foam dot here when everything is connecting in the middle and then have it kind of look like that.
Right.
So that's going to be the last thing I do, is put the dimensional piece on that.
That makes sense. Boy, it's looking nice, Peggy.
So
it's looking really good.
And you'll see that, you know, with these, I brought one on top of the glittered piece and one underneath the glittered piece.
And you're using the dot adhesive, aren't you? Is that
Just
dot?
the Tombow.
Oh,
No,
the
just
Tombow?
the regular Tombow. Just that. And I use that almost whenever I'm doing, some fine work. I'll use that. I will use like the Zig pen over there. I use that a lot
For little
on things.
pieces.
Yep.
If you have the Zig pin, remember to shake it up now and then. That's
Yes.
important.
Okay. Now I'm going to go to my smaller pieces. So I've got all of my large, I've got my medium pieces in there. Now I'm going to go to my smaller pieces. And as I tuck these in, one might go underneath.
It's all just coming together, isn't
And then
it?
this is going to come maybe, oops.
And don't you love that we're all watching you, Peggy?
Sure, sure. And I want them to be different lengths too, different.
It's a good way to get more out of your dies because it's the same die cut.
Yep.
And she's making it look different. Oh, you're using your quick stick.
I know.
So we do
I
have
had
those
this
in
for
stock.
I had this for about a year and never used it, and I'm thinking, I don't even know how to use it. And then I think I saw a video where someone had used this in, and they were picking things
Yeah,
up.
to
I
pick
thought,
things up.
Why don't I use this?
Yes.
And so I did, and now I can't not use it.
So that's
So,
the quick stick. You might call it the quicker picker upper, like
Yep.
bounty towels or
Yep.
something. But it is very handy, especially for little pieces.
I think I'll just use those two there. And then I'll just pull
Get
that
those put in.
out. Put those in. And with the holly pieces, sometimes I'll go ahead and use like a enamel dots right on that with it,
Oh, sure. Yeah.
to kind of
Well, I think
a
we're
little bit
getting to
there.
where we're
Yep.
going because it's starting to look like this
Yeah.
one quite a bit.
And then this is actually from a Tim Holtz die. Which one is it? It's this one. I don't know what it's called. What's it called? It's a Thinlits one. I put it in the package wrong when I did it.
That's
But
okay.
It's.
That's been Teresa and Janet have both used that one a
Yes,
lot. It's been very popular.
I've never
I
figured
want
out.
to think is it modern something?
Not sure what it is. It's that one. But I've never figured out how to put that poinsettia together, even though I really like
It's funky festive.
So I just used the bottom piece of it and give the illusion that I've actually know how to put it together.
Well, it's adding just a nice little
Just
element.
a little bit. And again, it's giving me another color. It's giving me some texture because of the pattern paper. And it's just giving me another layer. And then the next thing I would do is add these little snowflakes.
So that was funky festive, and it does have other greenery and
Yes.
things that you can use too.
Yep. Then if you have tweezers, those help a lot. And then I'm just going to
Yeah, I like
kinda
tweezers too.
throw that in there, right there. Give that a little bit. Give this one a little bit. I didn't punch all the pieces out of this one. Oopsie.
So it is nice to have the quick stick when you're doing fine things like this, and tweezers are helpful. I use my tweezers a lot for
Oh,
gems.
all the time. All the time. And then, this one. I didn't use this one yet. Pull that. And then the next thing that we'll do, we've kind of filled in all the gaps around there with our smaller pieces. And then our fine details with our Nouveau drops, or our enamel dots, or our glitter gems, our, anything like that, I would come out.
Kind of like she did
from
over
there.
here.
So with the mirrored stars and things, I would come
I
out.
love that you
from
use the mirrored
design.
stars on your layout.
And then we'll go ahead and we'll use the.
So here's what it looks
pop
like.
dart.
This is kind
That's
of
underneath.
It's kind of naked here,
Yeah.
really.
So if you have something that looks like that, I mean, you're still okay
Yep.
because it's going to look really
gonna
great
look
when I
amazing.
put this thing on top. And I don't have anything that's too thick that I can't put the.
So Peggy's putting foam dots on it, and while she's
And then we're just going to slide it right on there.
Oh my gosh,
There you
that
go.
looks so nice.
In 5 minutes, you have a nice.
It looks like a professional.
A beautiful.
Yeah, I love it.
Grouping.
So, and if you look
yeah.
at this grouping over here, her big piece was Peace, Love, and Cookies.
Yep.
And I'm guessing you kind of set it down and tucked things in and
Yep.
attached all of those pieces and then
Yep.
put your cookies on, the Peace, Love, and Cookies on top.
Yep. Yep. Everything is like the tree. Again, it's not hooked at the top.
Right, you just
at the bottom because it makes it easier for me to tuck something underneath it.
And I think it looks more
And
dimensional
yes,
also. I like the
I do
look of
too.
the looseness. Oh my gosh, Peggy, this has been great. And the fact that you did it for us on camera was a real treat. And you would not believe all the comments from people excited that you were here and they love your layouts.
I hope they try to do some of these, groupings because they really are fun to do. And you can do them very simply, as far as like a tree with a present and an ornament, or as, much more involved like
Lots of
that, or
pieces.
one of these over here. Your groupings don't have to be involved. They can be, just a few pieces, and it still gives you some visual interest. Like, there's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces involved with that
We
one.
do have a question about how you get your Nouveau drops so perfect.
Don't look close.
Well, they're tiny.
They're small.
They're very small since they're going on top of this
that
little
helps.
piece of greenery.
The one thing, especially with these pieces, because the piece has that circle, there's my guideline. That gives me the guide to do it. And then when I do, did I bring my own? Yeah, here, I'll get my own out here. Oops.
And Nouveau drops come in lots of different colors.
Oh my gosh, so many gorgeous colors. So many gorgeous colors. So when I do it, make sure that it's coming out here.
I love how people do stuff.
What? How we do it?
Oh, she just tested it on her finger. It wasn't on camera, so I should have kept my mouth shut.
It works. So make sure it's flowing out to begin with. Put that over there so I don't put it
My
in
problem
hand.
is I put my hand in it after I do it.
And so then I usually start off to the side.
So technically, do you do it before you put it together or after?
After.
Okay.
And then sometimes I go ahead with this little thing just to kind of bring it around.
Kind of spin it around.
Yep, and then you let it dry.
Okay, and there's a question about the flowers on the winter page, and she used Funky Festive.
And these flowers were
And
from it was a different Tim Holtz dye.
This
I
is a
didn't bring it
different
with
Tim
me
Holtz
today.
dye. We'll have to look it up. I'm not sure. It's a newer one, I think.
But yeah, any kind of flower will work. I mean,
Yeah, it doesn't even
anything
have to
will
be a
work.
poinsettia,
I mean,
really.
Even something like this would work on there. Any type of flower. You can use, any of these little things.
Here's another example of flowers that
Those
she
will
used.
work. Even, on these dyes, use one of these big ones, or any of those flowers will work to layer in and tuck in and things like that.
I think I would just cut a whole bunch of stuff and put it all in a little muffin tin or something, and then just get creative with it.
I do. When I first start, I start cutting. I pick out the papers, like out of that collection or out of the 6x6 pack that I like the colors in, that I think I want to emphasize on my layout, to accent on my layout. And then sometimes I even look at like these banner pieces and say, oh, what colors are in theirs? Let me see what I can add, here.
To pick out your
it,
colors. Yeah, that's a good idea.
To help me choose those
That's
colors.
why-
And I just cut a bunch of them.
And that's why it's nice. A lot of people shop from a distance, and we appreciate that. And that's why these solid packs are really nice, because
Yes.
they are printed to match the collections. Like this is
Yes.
snowed in, which is Peggy actually used this for a background.
Yep, that's
but
what I
this is
used.
going to match anything from snowed in, like this her inspirational paper here.
And I use these solids to cut all of these.
Oh, you did.
Yeah,
Okay.
So the brown is there, the light green, the darker green is here. The holly leaves that are patterned came from the 6x6, and it's the same as what this tree is.
Awesome. Awesome.
But yeah, all of these are from the solid pack or the 6x6.
Well, great. Well, Peggy, thank you so much. This has been a great demo, and I think people love it. They love to see scrapbook layouts. We do a lot of cards, we do mixed media, and I love it that we can bring in some scrapbook layouts. Because a lot of the principles and everything are the same no matter what you're working on. So that's always really nice. So I think that's going to do us for today. Gosh, we're like right on an hour. I think it's 10:32. So we hit it right on an hour. And we do have some new product to show, so I'm going to see about maybe getting Maggie was going to come over and help us show some new product, so we can. So if you want to give her your microphone, and we've got new product to show, and it's kind of quiet out there on the floor. Why, Peggy's running to get Maggie, and we'll show you some new product. The other day we had a terrible time. And it wasn't memory bound, it was Facebook. We were trying to show you some of the kits that we have, because I know a lot of you are trying to make projects and maybe you don't know where to start, but we have lots of kit options for everybody. And this is our first day of school kit. And it is, we were able to show this one before everything died. And then if you like to make cards, 49 and Market has 3 different card kits. There's one called Serenity, and these are all rub-ons. And then we also have the Alina card kit. And as I'm showing you this, I want to make sure to remind you that the designer of these 49 and Market collections is going to be here at Memory Bound tomorrow morning. We have a special guest, Katie Petit, that is an artist, very talented, as you can see, works for 49 and Market, and she's going to be here on our video tomorrow. Then we have the Life Captured kit, and it's an album, a binder from Simple Stories. I don't remember, Maggie's here now. I don't remember if we got to show this one or if we got cut off before we showed it.
I know we tried yesterday.
We Janine made this up for us. It's designed by Simple Stories. It's $59.99, and it's got a 2-page layout for every month. So you could go back and do last year's, you could do next year, you could have it all made up and just add your photos. And what a nice way to capture your life. And then, do you want a videotape or what?
Videotape.
Okay. We're going to try to run through them quickly because I know it's running late. I don't know if we got to show this. I think we showed this one.
We did show that one.
Okay. It's hard because Maggie and I did a whole tape after everything crashed 3 times. And then I lost it. I don't know where it went. But the Homemade Holidays is a nice little album for $32.99. And speaking of Peggy, she made one up for us. And you can find this online. It comes with the folio from Photoplay. It's really cute. It's really cute. And we're doing our holiday baking Tuesday, Maggie. So I'm begun on Tuesday. Then Simple Stories also has one. It's $67.99. It's got a snap binder. It's got chipboard, ephemera, paper, instructions. And this is not the actual book. This is a very similar one that Teresa made. It uses the same product. It's just so cute. It's got so many unique pages, and you could add this, you know, every year you could add on with pictures. And Maggie, our grandson's going to come and bake with us for the first time. Sullivan just turned 3. So we'll see how long he stays interested and things. So that is the baking Spirits Bright.
Eggs, Kelly.
Oh, okay, I'll remember that.
And my apologies to Susie, who called in the other day and had a question about this kit. And by the way, she said it was great to put together.
Oh,
she was having
good,
fun.
good.
But she had a question, and I was
You're
looking
in
at
here,
this, and I couldn't.
It's a little tricky. It's definitely a little
She
tricky.
just finished it. It's so stinking cute.
And see, I don't know if we got to show this or not, because we showed it on our video we took later. This is a little mixed media. It's a little frame box. It's $22.99. Maggie, nice job. You guys have to know this has got Maggie written all over it. It's Twig and Stump from Tim Holtz, and that die is on sale today with all of our Tim Holtz dies, and Tim Holtz stamps are 25% off today. Yeah. But this is $22.99. Maggie has die cut everything for you, and it's ready to assemble.
And we do have those lights in case you want to.
Oh, if you want to make more?
Make more. We have more of those lights.
Awesome.
It says my mic. I'm going to just.
You're going to turn off and back on. And then this is a really beautiful kit. My mother-in-law took this and made it a couple weeks ago. This little piece on earth. It's got the Tim Holtz tree, and it's really beautiful. and it is $19.99. It comes with the frame and everything. Nice job, Maggie.
Kelly, somebody asked me how I got that to lay so flat. That tree, those
Oh,
trees
it's tricky.
come flat.
Yeah,
They-
it's like
they
half a
look flat
tree.
on
You
the
can
back,
kind of
yeah.
see it from here. It's,
Yeah, so they worked really well for mounting on something.
yeah, I'm glad that he made them like that. Okay, and I know somebody just purchased one of these this morning. This is the Simple Stories card kit from the Simple Life. And we're showing you all these projects because they are designed. They have all the product that you need. They have instructions. You can sit down, turn on your Hallmark movie or whatever, you know, Hallmark movie or cop show or whatever, baking show. There's a lot of fun baking shows right now. And this is $32.99, and it's going to make all of these 8 cards, and it's got everything you need for that too, including those enamel dot accents, which Peggy was just talking about.
Just such pretty colors.
And then we have a couple left of Janet's Simple Vintage Christmas Lodge. And Christmas Lodge is what Peggy used on that really special layout she did with her Santas that her dad gave her. And here's, oops, I bent one of these, but here's a couple of her cards, and you can just get an idea. I think if you know Janet, it's got Janet's name on it. So every card is going to have an inside to it. They're unique. Whoops, that one just went down on the floor.
And Kelly doesn't have scuffed up shoes.
No, I don't have scuffed up
today.
shoes today. Like in this one, you can see it's got a little message on the inside, and that all comes in your kit. So Janet, thank you. She's amazing. She's amazing. We got a lot of amazing people here. And then, oh, well, speaking of Janet, and I meant to go get these cards, and I didn't, but these are the Care and Concern cards. And this kit comes with the stamp set called Care and Concern that Janet designed for us. So that comes along with that. I think this is $45.99. You're going to make, let's see, how many cards? 12 cards. So not only does it make 12 cards, you're going to get that stamp set, which is sneaking across the side
There
right
you
here.
go.
Then Simple Stories has got a mix and a mingle card kit, and we had a customer that was in today that bought this for her granddaughter to make. And these are really nice. It's $12.99, and it makes 8 cards.
If you've got granddaughters or grandsons that like to dabble around in that,
like to
those
be
are a
crafty.
fun
They're
way
perfect.
to play.
I was thinking we had another one. Then we have a kit to make this little album, and it's a countdown. I just call it a counting album because you could count down. You could do your 12 favorite memories. It's got 31 numbers, so you could do countdown to 31, like a December daily if you want to. And that one is $19.99, and you're going to get the base that you need, and the tags, and the ribbon, and the paper, and instructions. And Maggie, this is the one couldn't find the project.
Oh, okay.
Diane found the project. This is School Rules. This is $39.99.
With my mic for some reason.
This is Katie's project, and it's $39.99, and it's made on one of those Graphic 45 trifold waterfall albums. And you guys, you know how cute it is if Katie made it. And it's got these waterfalls where you could do like each grade if you wanted to, or one school year, make it for a teacher, a kindergartner, whatever. It's really cute. It's called School Rules, and we have one left. So if you want that, give us a call.
Perfect gift.
And then Maggie, I wanted to bring this out because life is short, make it sweet. This is another mixed media panel that Maggie designed from our Lemon Days. And you're going to get everything you need for this, and it's $19.99. So you're going to get the panel. It's on a canvas panel.
Kelly, I was in a store recently, and they were selling bags of plastic lemons.
Oh my
and
gosh, that's what
I had
we
to get
needed.
them.
Did you get some?
I did.
Okay, and we do not have this album made up. This is a flip book from Simple Stories from Vintage Seas. This is nice if you've been on a cruise, or you go to the lake, or maybe on a vacation to the coast. And it's got the flip book, all your directions, your papers. This just gives you an idea of what some of the papers look like.
They're beautiful. The
And
colors are gorgeous.
We haven't made this one up. And I don't know the price of it, so maybe Janet could link it for us. I think this one's on special. It's normally $39.99. I think it's on special, so we'll see if she can show us that. Okay, then this is something I'm going to do. This is the Vicki Boutin Evergreen and Holly album set. And it's called an album set because it's not just the album. It's a great start if you want to make a Christmas album, a countdown,
I didn't
a
know
daily
that was in
December.
there.
So you get these papers. Look at that. You could like write all the important fun things you do in the month of December. So you're going to get all of these papers. So, you know, that's a great start. And then you also get the page sleeves, and it's got a really thick
fun
binder. It is $36.99 for all of that, and then I'm going to pick up some of the Vicki Boutin Evergreen and Holly, and away you go. It's
love
ready
it.
to go, and it's going to hold a lot of stuff, Maggie.
Kelly, we have a question. The Grinch kit is gone, but do you happen to have the directions that would be available?
We could probably get the directions if you want to give us a call. We can do that. That's no problem. We have all the product to make it up. If you wanted to get the papers and things, we can do that. No problem. We've got the green pocket folders. We've got the Grinch images, the Petite Prince papers, and I don't know if the project is back here. Oh, here.
Oh,
Here it is. So it's pretty simple. Like I said, we have the product to make it. We just don't have any kits left anymore.
okay. So give the store
Give
a
us
call.
a call. Okay, before we show the new, I've got a few Christmas cards to show, Maggie. So bear with us. We got this one from Bev, and I really like it because it's got that wood like a barn door.
Oh,
Isn't
I
that
like
neat?
that. Yes.
So Bev, and she's got a very nice sentiment in here. So thank you, Bev. And then speaking of Simple Stories, we did get a card from Simple Stories. So here's our Christmas card from Simple Stories, which is using Hearth and Holiday.
Oh, that's nice.
And Crafty Kathy sent us a card.
Hi, Kathy.
Is she watching? I hope she is, because she even put a date stamp on the back.
Oh,
So
that's
she used
nice.
that date stamp that Teresa's been using a lot, and I know a lot of people have it too. And this is from Michelle. And I love the embossing on
Oh,
that.
yeah, I
Maggie, is
was
that one of your
looking at
darling
that
deer
one.
that we
It sure
cut
looks
5 million
like
of?
it.
I think it might be.
And then is that? Oh, that's an embossing
Yeah.
folder.
Oh, fresh from the mail. Diane just dropped another one off.
Wendy just said she found some wooden frames and she's going to try to make some different types of things that she learned on Merry Makers.
Oh, good. That's awesome. Okay, this one came from Petticoat Parlor. That's another one of our vendors that we get lots of those die cuts from.
How
A lot
cute.
of the some of the licensed things, and
We have some of those Cardinal Brads, don't we?
yeah, well, they might be out, but there's more coming.
Okay.
Oh my gosh! And this just came today from Sarah, and isn't that adorable?
That is way cute.
That's really cute. So thank you for the cards. We're going to hang them all up and enjoy them. Cute little Santa there. Oh, that's black glossy paper. So that's what makes the belt and the buttons.
Yes, I like that.
Okay, do we have time to show a new collection?
May as well.
Okay, well, first of all, I got to remind everybody about this. And the sign for the stamps I don't have. I meant to get it. I printed it. But Tim Holtz stamps and dies today are 25% off. And that is through about midnight tonight. And then it'll all disappear. It'll all go away. There's a lot here, Maggie. We're going to show these die cuts. And then we're going to show... We'll just tell you about Pet Shop is here from Simple Stories, and you can go out and look at it online, and then we're going to show it probably Monday, because tomorrow we've got Katie Petite here, so we'll show that Monday. But let's show this, because then we've got all these little die cut
Laura
things.
says go ahead. She wants
She
to
said
see
go
more.
ahead. She wants to see it all. Well, okay, we can just get it done. All right, so here's our die cuts that came in. We got the pink. I'm going to go fast on these if I can.
Okay.
We got a pink tractor that's really green. Dance. And then this is new, 25 years together. And then we've got ginger reveal or gender reveal, whatever you're got going on. Pink and blue. Axe throwing. Here's another dance. You know, it's hard to find dance things. So we got dance, and then we also have dance recital. And these are actually from Petticoat Parlor that we just showed people the card. And we got 50 years together, or golden. I'm heading there, Maggie. I'm heading there. I hope. Golden wedding anniversary. And we got 25 years for those youngsters.
Yes, and I remember celebrating my mom and dad's 25, and I thought they were old.
I know. I know what you mean. Look at Cookie Monster. Isn't he cute? And then we've got some dice. And then this is really cute. This goes very well with Baking Spirits Bright.
Oh, Alina
Simple
loves the way
Stories.
you drop them.
Does she? How about the Elf on the Shelf? Is it bad? Should I do
No,
something
I
different?
think it's great.
There's the band. And then I really like this one too, Chicago. And here's another pink tractor, but this one's red. And speaking of Grinch, this would be really cute on the front of that little book. Or here he is, full-bodied. And we've got Alaska. And Nothing Runs Like a Deer. And here's R2-D2. I just want to say something about those movies because I think they're amazing. And what's that one say, Chorus?
Wow, Alina, she's going on 53 years.
Congratulations. You need to go to Branson and celebrate.
There you go. Janet says you've got it down to a science.
There's the music. And here's, I don't know if this is the same dance recital.
Everybody's loving how you drop them.
And how about 50 years together?
Oh
And then here's Darth. I am your father, Luke. And then Hayride, isn't that cute? And here's a Tonka truck. I found our son's Tonka truck in our basement, and they're metal. They're plastic
I
now, but his is metal, so it's
know.
probably not safe for anybody to play with. And then we have Make It a Grand. And we have Boy Scouts. And then we have a wedding cake. And Daytona Beach, that's where we all want to go in the winter. And Fall Fun. This was an order that was a little late. We're a little past Fall Fun, but you might still be scrapbooking it.
Alina says she hopes you're dropping them into a box.
They're going right into a basket. There's a nail polish. And here's the story of you in blue, and we also have pink. You know, speaking of Peggy and all of her really fun groupings, these would be great for your large piece. And here's Green Bay Packers. And this, I believe, is a snare drum. And we have drama. Now, this is okay to have this for drama. It's the other kind of drama that you don't want to have. And we have Bridesmaids and Cross Country, which Maggie and I are probably going to go do some running this afternoon, aren't we, Maggie? And golf. And we got North Dakota. And we have every state like this. So if you're looking, if you traveled or you want to go to a state place, if you've been somewhere, we have them all. And there's apples. There's a lot of anniversary stuff going on, Maggie.
Yes.
And speaking of states, here's Massachusetts. Remember I could not pronounce that as a kid.
I can't spell it.
I thought you were going to say you can't smell it.
You
Look
can't
at this
smell it
little
either.
scooter. Isn't that cute? And I have one of these from when I broke my foot. And here's another Grinch.
I like that one.
That's really neat. And look at this girls' trip. If you've maybe made a girls' trip to Memory Bound. And here's Mr. and Mrs. That'd be great for the front of a wedding card. And then biking. When Maggie and I aren't running, we're out biking or working out.
Yes.
And there's Powder Puff football. So there's that. And we have homecoming. And then look at this, the bridges of Madison County, just like the paper we showed
Yes.
yesterday. Okay, Maggie, should we do the pet shop?
Oh, that's new.
Let's do it, yeah. I was afraid maybe I left something in there. Penny has everything all organized for us for pet shop. So let me see if I can pull it out in a way that doesn't mess it up. So Pet Shop is a really large collection from Simple Stories, and When I say that they are one of our favorite companies, they really are. We have a handful of companies that treat us really well and are really good to memory bound. And Simple Stories is one of them. Photo Play is one of them, Echo Park. So here's the stamp set. So you can see it's not just cats and dogs. We got turtles and iguanas and I don't know what, I'm not sure what that is.
Chinchilla, maybe? Kelly, all of those die cuts that you showed, do you have them in special categories or just in
They're online under their themes.
Under
so if
their
it's
themes.
An anniversary, it's going to be under weddings. If it's a
Okay.
tractor, it's going to be under farming, and so on. So the pet shop is divided into 3 categories. You have pet shop dog, and there's the washi tape for that. It's just too cute. And
Very
this is
cute.
pet shop cat, and Gloria hasn't got to these yet to make them right side up.
Oh.
I guess I could go like that.
She does look at those, doesn't she?
Yeah. And then here's Pet Shop. It's so cute. It's got turtles. So they've thought of everything because not everybody has a cat or dog. So Penny has this all sorted by dog, cat, and other pets.
Someone mentioned that we should have a die cut for snacking at a crop.
We should, or snacking anywhere,
Yes,
anytime,
there you go.
anywhere. That's a good one. I've got a couple others to add to our inventory for ideas for our die cut cutter, and I will add that to it. So Pet Shop Dog, they're all going to have this. These are the little brads, which aren't brads, they're stickers, and they're all going to have the page pieces, and this is what Peggy was talking about today. And this one says possum, and it's got like a dog tag and some other pieces.
Those are
So
great
if
for layering.
Yeah, if you wanted to make something like she did. And then dog has got a stencil that's dog bones and hearts. And you can find all of this online if you go to memorybound.com and go to shopping and go to new, and you'll see Simple Stories Pet Shop. The images are just cute. And
They
these
are.
are big. These are big, the foam stickers. And here's the 12 by 12 sticker sheet.
I love all the words they put. I use those a lot.
How do they come up with so many different things? It's impressive.
But whenever I buy one of these, if you go through all
So
my
you like
stuff,
these?
all of these are gone.
First to go,
Yeah,
huh?
I like to put them underneath a photo.
And this is called Puppy Love. Lots of different dogs there. And then we have Perfect Pooch. So one side seems to be a little more doggy and the other side's a little more kind of basic pattern. Oh, thanks, Maggie.
Tried.
She tried to catch it. I love those dog collars. And then here's one that's got the tennis balls. And then it's got dog bones on the back. And I want to say thank you to Penny for getting all this organized so we could show it a little easier and a little quicker. Beware of one adorable dog. Happiness starts with a wet nose and ends with a tail. It's so cute.
How cute.
Live, love, bark. Dogs leave paw prints on your heart. Possum.
I don't see that we have this.
And this, I think this is kind of different, don't you? It's got the 3x4s and then the 4x6 on the same,
Yeah, I like
sheet.
that when they do that.
and then there's the stripe. And then we do have the collection pack. So that was dogs, Pet Shop Dogs. So it's got, this has everything we showed you, paper and stickers. And then we'll do Pet Shop Cats. So it's got, I don't think we showed the dog ephemera because it's buried in that basket, but it's going to be cute, as you know. And here's the cat. It's got a little thing of milk and yarn and really cute. And then here's Furry Friends, Catitude, Hey Kitty Kitty. And this is pretty funny right here because it says nope. Or it was the dog, just a little cat nap.
Do you want us to put this in?
And then here are the brads and the page pieces. And there's the little pieces that come with it. And then of course the cat, instead of dog bones, it's got fish and hearts.
That's cute.
Cats are kind of stubborn because this one says nope, I don't wanna. So there's the 12 by 12 sticker sheet. And thank you everybody for sticking with us today. This has turned into a very long video. There's the little cat faces called Nice Kitty. Now, if you come in our store sometime or talk to her on the phone, ask Diana about her cats because they watch TV. And she's always posting pictures, and it's hilarious, isn't it, Maggie?
Yes,
Where they
in
are-
fact, didn't Bobby yesterday post
Yes,
a
and
picture
Bobby-
of her cat right in the tree?
All you could see was its face and maybe a paw. I don't know how they do that. we
either.
we have grandcats, but we've never had cats to really experience it.
Yeah, she posted it on Facebook, and it's just, I think it could win a prize.
That's got lots of really nice cut aparts, and they have mixed the
I like that.
sizes.
Feline fine.
And look how nice that is for journaling, telling about your
Yes.
cat. Or if you wanted to make a gift album for somebody for Christmas, if maybe they have some cats. You know, pets are people too, and they're important parts of families. And then we do have the collection kit, but this would make a nice little album for, get one of those little flip books, and you could add pictures or let them add the pictures. And then this is just Pet Shop without, it's non-cat or dog. And here is the ephemera. It looks like it's got bunnies and
Oh,
a frog and a little mouse and a little parrot.
that's nice for people who have kind of the non-traditional pets.
Exactly. They thought of
like that.
everything. And here's the Brad's.
I have to pay for them today to get
And then this says My Pet.
it as paid in the book.
And then it's got Best Friend and a little trophy and some little extra little
That's
pieces.
perfect
It's
for-
really cute. Now the sticker book for Pet Shop is going to cover everything because it's got 12 pages, and I'll flip it over, Maggie, so you can show people. So it's going to have cat, dog, and then the generic My Pet.
That is really nice. That would be really nice to have, especially if you don't have a cat or a dog and you have all those funny little pets.
And look at this one. It says Shell Yeah. Shell Yeah. Pals. So this is the foam stickers. Oh gosh, I just saw the goldfish. I got to flip it back, Maggie, so you can see the goldfish. Well, there's one on the back here too.
Oh,
And oh my word, I'm looking at it now for the first time. Did you have a little hamster or anything? We had one in a little plastic ball, and they walked around, and it sounds kind of bad now, but at the time, you know.
I didn't have a hamster. We had the gerbils, and they
So-
had babies. It was
Oh,
it was
jeez.
not good.
Doesn't sound like a good experience. Okay, so there is the 12 by 12 sticker sheet for Pet Shop. And then this is kind of nice because it's all these circles, and you could punch them out, and then you've got lots of embellishments. And then we've got the paper with the quote bubbles. And it's got several different types of paw prints on the back there. I can't identify those. If we were in homeschool, we would try to do that. And then here's a nice stripe. This would be nice for like a birthday layout.
Yes,
I think,
that's what
right?
I like
Oh,
when they put those
and look
kind
at
of backs.
this.
Very cute.
Now these papers are going to go with all the collections. So whether you're cat or dog, these are going to coordinate. And then here is the cut aparts. Like I said, I'm just looking at these for the first time, and they are pretty funny. Like,
I just think these would be great for little cards.
yeah, they don't even have to be a pet thing. Like here, it's guinea bee, a good day, or this is how we roll.
Kelly, I have a funny story. When my oldest son was in college, he lived in a house with a bunch of other guys.
Yes.
One of the guys
Say
worked
no
at
more.
Hy-Vee,
Yeah.
and he found, I mean, this is terrible to say, I won't tell you what college town this was. He found an iguana in the potato chip section, and they took
Oh.
it. He took it home, and they called it Chip.
So they had a pet.
They found it in
Oh
Hy-Vee.
my gosh,
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I won't
It's
tell you
funny,
which Hy-Vee.
You wonder who lost it.
yeah, I know.
Somebody lost it, and we're probably really wondering what happened to it.
It was a big
So,
one.
I just want to tell everybody thank you for sticking with us today and watching our video. We're so glad that you joined us. Thank you, Peggy. It was so nice to see her beautiful layouts, and they were amazing. And she works for Memory Bound now, so I know she'll be back again. And she's going to be here next week with that baking book that from Photo Play. So she's going to walk us through that and show us that. Because on Monday we're going to be starting our baking, Christmas holiday baking, what do we call it, theme. And Maggie's got something coming. And Maggie, we're going to schedule you for Tuesday. You don't know that, but we're going to schedule you on Tuesday for that.
I brought you a little sample to try.
Oh, good, good. Tomorrow, we mentioned Katie Petit from 49 and Market. She's the artist designer for all those beautiful collections that we have. She's coming to Memory Bound. She'll be here in our video, and I'm hoping we can ask her questions about how she comes up with her ideas, or how it works, and maybe a little bit more about her. And then today, the Tim Holtz dies and stamps, because we brought in the stamps, are all 25% off. And there's one more announcement. Tim Holtz Chapter 1 2023 for Sizzix is online on our shopping site, and you can pre-order it. And if you pre-order it, then you're going to get 10% off. So you can go out to memorybound.com and go to shopping. It's right there on the top. You can see all his new. He's got 16 items coming from Sizzix, and then they'll be available to you January 1st. But they're already in a truck coming to Memory Bound, so we're pretty excited.
Yay.
I know. There's some good ones.
So Kelly, is there a single button for the whole package?
There is
bundle?
not. There is
Okay.
not. You're going to get a 10% discount whether you buy one piece or 10 pieces or
Okay.
all of them. So we thought that would be kind of cool to do, to offer that for people that pre-order and prepay.
There are some really cute,
Yeah.
cute
So
dies
check
and
it out.
stamps.
Even if you don't shop online, go out there and take a look at them. Give us a call. Come into Memory Bound, and we'll get you fixed up with the new Tim Holtz Chapter 1 2023. So thanks, everybody. Thanks for watching today. Maggie, thanks for your help. Check out our kits and have a crafty day, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye from Memory Bound.